It is a season of change on Rocky Top, a newly renovated Neyland Stadium, and a new way to get through the gates. But one thing that is still the same, that die-hard Big Orange energy. Here's a live look at the crowd on campus. We're going to touch base with Ted and Brittany in just a moment. But first, a look at your big headlines of the day. A Knoxville mother says her son is consistently late to school. She blames the Knoxville area transit or CAT bus driver shortage. We're getting a better idea of how route changes and cancellations are affecting people who essentially rely on the service. Richard Mason is in the studio tonight. Richard, is the city making any progress on getting more of these drivers hired?
One thing they are doing is partnering with Knox County CAC Transit to provide work-related transportation, meaning if you get off work when the CAT routes are no longer running, then you can call CAC for a free ride. The partnership started on Monday and is expected to continue until the driver shortage is resolved. According to CAT, they are currently short more than 40 drivers. One passenger and her son tells us the delays affect them.
It's hard for me to get my kid to school because he lives like across town. So it's a little harder. He's a little late sometimes because of the bus.
CAT doesn't know how long these changes will stay in effect, but they hope to get back to their previous schedules soon. If you are interested in becoming a CAT driver, you can visit their careers website for more information.
And this is kind of timely today, Richard. What about the shuttles that maybe usually run during game days? Are those down?
Well, unfortunately, the 4-game shuttles they use won't be available today since they only run during weekends. But you can use CAT's passenger playbook to take routes to the games that work best for you.
All right, Richard Mason reporting for us tonight. Richard, thanks. Well, President Biden is expected to sound the alarm on what he calls extremist threats to democracy during a primetime address at 8 o'clock tonight. This speech comes just a week after the president returned to the campaign trail ahead of November's midterm elections. Vol Nation rallying around a dedicated Tennessee fan diagnosed with cancer 6 months ago. Abby Casoris has her story.
I'm super pumped for today. I can't imagine the amount of faces I'm going to see.
For Susan Boofer, orange runs in her blood. Her father has been a sideline photographer capturing Vols games for more than a decade.
You know, as a daughter, your father's always your first love anyways. Well, then we just kind of branched out from that as well. So father, football, and then faith. And then it started then. And I know it's just a game to some people, but it's not to us. When we lose a game or when something happens, like, it's not just like that one bad pass or that one bad interception. Like, your heart breaks. And like, you put all this time and effort into it, and then you have to heal together. So we were able to like take those moments from football and kind of use it as well through the cancer.
In February, Susan was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma in her chest, shoulders, and neck. So when her dad took to Twitter asking for prayers, Vol Nation answered.
Like when I was in the hospital, there were Vol fans from Twitter that showed up at the hospital to deliver gifts. And I think it was like a second family that's become one. And so they ended up moving us to a new room, and then we're just watching the basketball game as normal, and then it came on.
Tennessee fans who need some lifting up for the Boofer family. Dad James is at nearly every Tennessee game as a photographer. His daughter Susan battling Hodgkin's lymphoma. She's already started chemotherapy treatment, so I know they're watching tonight. Thoughts and prayers to that family. They're pulling for a big orange win tonight.
But there is a love that we cannot describe, and I am more than proud and thrilled of all the love that we have gotten for Susan. And
I don't even have time to like sit here and sulk or be down, because if I start to, my family's there to lift me up. And if it's not my family, it's my friends. If it's not my friends, it's Vol Nation.
A heart murmur, needing attention, is keeping her from her next step in her cancer treatment.
Tomorrow is not promised, so why would I miss the first game? I'm sorry.
She'll be in the stands for the home opener. She says while her doctors might not agree, a winning season would help her heart. In Knoxville, Abby Casoris, WVLT News.
And the Boofer family is truly part of the WVLT family. Jim Boofer, her father, has worked here for years. You don't see him on air, but he makes sure that we get on air. So we're the reason that you're watching us now. And he takes beautiful photographs of Tennessee sports. So oftentimes we'll share those with you on WVLT. Susan has spent a lot of time in the newsroom, and every time she's in the studio or in the newsroom, she is a bright ray of sunshine. So we are with you as well. Let's